What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Now, today I've got for you two great stories from r/ProRevenge. In the first one, two train passengers decide to not pay for their tickets and instead try and ride for free instead. But when the train driver catches them, well, let's see exactly what happens. Two guys refuse to pay for their train tickets, get their whole day wasted. This story is merged from three people. Me, my conductor, and another conductor. I work as a train driver and drive both small and big trains in bigger cities and out in the middle of nowhere. This took place with a small train in the middle of nowhere, where we drive on one track and have to meet the oncoming trains at stations where there are two tracks. Me and my conductor had a pleasant journey until Idiot 1 and 2, who were always cheating and being extremely rude, got on our train and locked themselves in the bathroom trying to get a free ride to Station X. However, the conductor isn't a fool and he notices when people do this, so he stands outside the toilet and we stop at Station X. The toilet then unlocks, and the conductor is locking eyes with the two guys, who are taken by surprise to see him standing right outside. The conductor smiles widely, places both his hands on the door frames, and says with exaggeration, "Guys, there you are. I saw you getting on a few stations back, and I was wondering where you went. I'm glad I finally found you." Idiot 1 says, we're getting off here." "Oh, is that so? Well, where are your tickets?" Then the second idiot gets in the mix. We've shown them already." "How can that be when you've been in there the whole time?" Idiot 1 then starts getting rude. "We don't have any freaking tickets and we won't buy any either. You can't freaking force us, you insert horribly racist word here. We have to get off here." "Guys, I don't know if you've helped each other take a pee in there, but you're not going to travel on my train for free." Arguing continues. Meanwhile, I'm in my driver's cabin and doing my job. I see no passengers entering or exiting, and the time for departure comes. So I close the doors and start to drive off again. Idiot 1 and 2 notice the doors closing and are unable to get by the conductor, and they then start to yell, "No, we had to get off here, you freaking idiot. Where the F are we going now?" "We're going to Station Y. Ain't you lucky? You get to ride even further for free." "But we don't want to go there. How are we supposed to get back, you freaking idiot?" "Well, you can walk or buy a ticket for the oncoming train, but it's not going to be at Station Y until 1 hour after we've left." After Station Y, where the guys did eventually leave our train, the conductor comes to my cabin and tells me what the guys had done, and that they've done the same exact thing multiple times before, being rude and cheating, but today the conductor has had enough of their free rides and rude language. So, he calls the conductor on the train we're going to meet further ahead, and that conductor had also had to deal with these guys before. This is what she did when she came to Station Y. She saw them at the platform and informed the train driver not to drive off until she gives the okay, and she places herself at the door where they will enter. Of course, they're met by her blocking the door and saying, "Hello, I want to see your tickets before you board the train." "What? Why are you stopping us? We'll show you our tickets when we're on board." No, you're going to show them to me now. I know what you've been doing on the other train, and now you've had 1 hour to buy yourselves a ticket." That wasn't us." "Oh, please, guys, you've done this before. I recognize you from earlier travels. And don't you think that we colleagues talk to each other? Tickets, now." "Oh, frickin' heck, alright." Idiot 1 then pays for the tickets and gets on, and the train departs. Good. I wish you'd pay every time you guys travel with us. Anyway, we'll be at Station X in 10 minutes. "But we don't want to go to Station X anymore. We want to go back to the station we got on at." No guys, you are going to Station X. You're not traveling with me an inch further." So, they had to get off at Station X and wait another 2.5 hours for the next train. And who meets the guys at that door? It's the first conductor, traveling back to his starting station. "Hello, boys." "Oh, no, please, come on, we'll pay. Just let us travel with you, man." "Have we learned something today?" "Yes, for God's sake, this has taken literally the whole day. We'll never do this again." And, would you believe it, after months of cheating, foul language, and racist remarks, we've never had any problems with these two again. Yeah, don't get me wrong, that was a great story and all, great revenge, but there's a very simple solution to this. Just fine people who don't pay for tickets, and if you catch them, fine them. That's what happens in my country. It's very prevalent. And if you don't pay for a ticket and you get caught, you're getting quite a large fine. So that is the easy way to, I guess, deal with this in future, rather than having to, tell your colleagues and, like make sure they don't get on the next train and that sort of stuff. It's funny if you do it like once or twice, but imagine if you had to keep doing that sort of thing with different customers. It would get annoying. Just fine them. Very simple. Now moving on to our next story. Not pay me for the website I built. Say goodbye to your business, house, and reputation. This happened in the early 2000s. I used to be a freelance front-end dev and a search engine optimization guru. Back then, getting on the front page of Google was pretty simple. Link exchanging was popular, but risky. Now, I never did that, but I did have a single website that had serious PageRank clout due to it being linked as a trusted source, directly from one of the top and most trusted websites in the world. I would use this website for the best clients to get their PageRank and search engine position leapfrogging other, older, and more trusted websites. One day, I was approached by someone I'll call Bob. Now, Bob sold travel packages. He needed to revamp his basic existing website with a complex website built with pretty tricky back-end coding. I could do the front end, but I had to hire a back-end dev to build the functionality. Bob had a major launch in a month's time, and he had to have it ready. Now, I usually ask for 25% deposit up front, but Bob said no. He was stung by the last dev and wasn't going to lose any more money. Now, from the moment I met Bob, my gut was telling me this was going to end badly. The problem was, though, I needed the money, and it was worth quite a lot of money for me and the dev. So I skipped the deposit on the promise he paid in full before it went on his server. Bob agreed. For an entire month, we worked day and sometimes all night to get this done in Bob's timeframe. With a day to spare, we had done it, and I'd never been so proud of what we'd achieved. I was honestly excited to show Bob. The next day, I sent the link to my test server, and he phoned me to discuss it. Bob said everything looked good, but he was worried his server's PHP version may be too old to run it. I assured him it would work, but he said he was too scared it wouldn't, and we would scrub our hands of it. We went backwards and forwards, but he was insistent the site had to be uploaded and tested on his server before he parts with a penny. I chatted to my dev. He didn't like it either, but he agreed we'd upload our work onto his server. Bob gave me the FTP details and server login, and I uploaded the site. I told him it was live, and then nothing. I sent several emails and then phone calls. The emails went unanswered and the phone went to voicemail. Sensing a major problem, I rushed to my computer, fired up my FTP program to delete our work on his server, and access denied. He had locked us out, and the following day he went live with our work. For several days, I tried phoning, until one morning he answered the phone and said, "Listen, I'm not ever gonna pay you and there's nothing you can do about it." Then he hung up. Rage was a good word for my feelings. I was shaking while I still held the phone in my hand. For the next hour, my range of expletives was growing in complexity. As I sat there figuring out what to do, it hit me. Revenge will be mine. I registered a new domain name, which was Bob's travel domain name plus sucks at the end. If Bob's website was called bobstravel.com, I had purchased bobstravelsucks.com. I uploaded our work, basically an exact mirror of his live website, onto my new domain. I used my all-powerful mega PageRank domain to link to my new sucks domain. Within a month, my website jumped above his website in Google for every conceivable search phrase you would use for the packages he sold. No matter what you typed in, my site was the first result and his was always below mine. During that month, I created a second website, which was Bob's full name with sucks at the end. On this second website, I posted what had happened, screenshots of his emails, and a warning to everyone about what a con man he is. Bob had a somewhat unusual first and last name. Again, within a month though, my website was above his own personal website. Then, I forgot all about it. But, about 4 months later, I get a cease and desist email from a solicitor's firm. A quick Google showed the solicitor's firm was made up and didn't exist. I reply back with, I'm not ever gonna take them down, and there's nothing you can do about it. Every now and then, I'd get emails from people he had conned by taking their money for a travel package, but never booking their package. I'd put those on both of my websites, making sure those juicy, important keywords, his full name and company name, were spread across each negative review. A few more months pass, and I get an anonymous email linking to a new domain called My Name Sucks. I'm told to remove my 2 websites, and he will remove this new one. A quick search, and what do you know? It isn't even on Google. No one could find it. I reply back for a second time with his comment to me. As each month passes, I'm getting more and more people emailing me, saying they've been ripped off. I keep adding them to my websites. Turns out, the travel agency world is well regulated, and they actually started an investigation into Bob's company, using my website as their main tool. I get a call from Bob. Bob is not a happy Bob. In fact, Bob is more of a desperate Bob. Looking at this text now, I know you can almost hear the despair and resentment in Bob's voice. Bob pleads and literally begs me to pull the sites down. Not only is he being investigated by the Travel Agency Association, but he had some very important friends that didn't appreciate the bad press he was causing in their circles. He offers to finally pay me the money he owed. Nothing more, just what he owed. For the 3rd time, and with a massive smile on my face, I say, listen, I'm not ever taking them down, and there is nothing you can do about it. Roll on a few months, and I discover his travel company has been removed from all travel associations. No matter what you typed into Google, my website outranked his, and all the bad reviews on my sites were the first thing his potential customers would see. I crippled his business so badly, it went bust. During the collapse, one of his ex-employees contacted me and told me how hard he had worked to get my websites off the first page. He had registered dozens and dozens of other domains in the hopes that some would jump ahead. Little did he know that only the top dozen websites in the world could have jumped it. Apparently, his property was tied into loans on the failing business, and he lost his house too. It took me just about a year to turn his business from a cash cow to a dead cow. Moral of the story, if you ever think to mess with a dev, don't. Yeah, I mean, this guy is just stupid for a number of reasons. First of all, trying to con you in the first place, that's just idiotic and it's just not going to work. Second of all, if you've used a dev to make a website for you, then you steal that website and put it on your own website. You've used a dev, you've stolen a dev's work. If anyone is going to know how to, delete your website, make things bad for you on the internet, just mess up your whole life on the internet, maybe even hack your own website and ruin it from inside, it's going to be that same dev, isn't it? They know the whole code of the website. It's like, it's the last person that you think to con would be the person building your own website. It just makes no sense to me. Maybe if someone had made something physical for you and, maybe, I don't know, for example, they built you a shed in the garden and they didn't pay them, it would be tough for them to then ruin the shed. Maybe they come over and smash it with a hammer or something, but that is kind of damaging property. But somebody's website that they have made for you and given to you, and they have all the back data of and can easily, adjust because that's their job, that would be the last person that I think to con. I don't know if that analogy makes any sense, but trying to con somebody who's made your website by stealing that website, it makes no sense to me. That's my general point. Anyway, guys, really hope you have enjoyed this one. If you do want another revenge video right away, check out this one on screen. I picked it for a reason, so click it. And if you don't, then you'll have 1,000 years of bad luck. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. Also, like the video and comment down below your thoughts on the story, because I really want to hear what you're thinking. And also, I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care, guys.